Welcome back to our channel. So today I've decided to prepare for you the structured notes or all the detailed notes about estimation and costing. So sometimes you want to make your own estimation of your structures and buildings, but you don't have the prior knowledge on how to calculate, or you have the prior knowledge but you need detailed information about making estimation and costing. So today I've come for you, so stay tuned through as we continue learning about estimation and costing. So under our course outline we'll have preliminaries, mechanical plans, we have structures, we have concrete work, we have ground floor, we have walling, finishes, doors and windows, and drainage. So those are the 9 topics we are going to learn in these notes concerning estimation and costing. So before we continue with topic number 1, we need to first know what are the sources of cost information. Where do you get the information in terms of costing? Yeah, so the first source of information is price bills of quantities of previously completed works of similar nature. Number 2, manufacturer's catalog, quotations, stroke prices from suppliers of materials such as hardware shops. Number 3, we have professional journals or magazines like IQSK Journal and JBC Journal. Number 4, Ministry of Public Works price books. Number 5, computations of rates, building up rates by taking into account cost of materials, transport, labor, equipment, and profit, and preliminaries. This is the total build-up cost of the unit of a specified item. So components of a unit rate include materials, we have labor, we have plants, equipment, they have overheads such as cost of running the operations, and then profits. So the materials, the materials in general is just all the requirements or the items that are required in construction, whether it's a structure or a building. We have to consider the materials such as stones, building stones, we have sand, we have cement, we have iron sheets, and so forth. Then we have to consider also the labor, of which in my previous video I usually said use 25% to 30% labor of the total cost of the materials. Then you also need to consider plants and equipment. Yes, we have labor, but now maybe for site preparation we will need machines, we need excavators, so you need to incorporate the quotation of such cost of operation of such machines. Then we have overheads such as cost of running the operation. Apart from having the machines and labor, remember this is a site, we need water, we need electricity, among others. And then also we need maybe security. And then number 5, we have profits. Having made all the calculations or costings of everything, you need also to consider the issue of profits, because remember, when making estimation and costing, you are doing it mostly for commercial purpose. So in anything doing for commercial purpose, you need to consider how much profit are you going to make. Yeah. So preliminaries. So the cost incurred on a site, factors, situations, and items that affect the cost of a project are temporary in nature, but assist in smooth running of the project. They include holding, security, power, and water. They affect the overall cost of work but cannot be attributed to any particular section of the works. The contractor is given a chance of putting the price against any item of preliminaries. the items are priced as lump sums which are without variations. So these preliminaries you need to incur maybe the issue of before starting your construction site, you'll need security, and also remember you'll need to fence that area, among other logistics, that before even you start doing your work, you'll need to have spent some amount. So how do we cost the preliminaries? So the first one, the supply of all water required for the works must generally be arranged and paid for by the builder. Number two, the price is based on the cost of water plus the opening up of the ground, connection, length of pipes, among others. Next, in some situations allow for the use of dump and hose, or even the digging up of wells may be necessary. In such cases, sufficient amount must be included to meet the cost of works. And last but not least, the charge for water is normally taken as 0.25 of the contract sum. This has been found to be a fair representation of the figure. So under preliminaries we have water. We have the cost of opening up the ground. We have the cost of pipe lengths and their unions, maybe fittings and valves. We have connection by local authority to the mains, and then allowance for overloads and profits. So let's do this example. Using the information given below, build up the cost of preliminary item for water. So the data, we have skilled labor 50, unskilled labor 25, duration of contract 50 weeks, cost of pipe, fitting and tap 15,000, connection to the main 6,000, estimated consumption 3,600 per week, and then pipe run is 32. So the solution, you assume that one skilled and one unskilled labor is used. So skilled labor is 1 times 6 times the 50 days. Then unskilled labor is 1 times 6 times 25, that is 450. Cost of tap and preparing of tap, which is 15,000. Then connection to the mains, we have 6,000. So continuous cost, that the total cost will be 21,450. And then 1 month is equal to 4 weeks. So 50 over 4, that is 12.5 weeks. 12.5 weeks. Estimated consumption and use is 12.5 times that 600, that is 45,000. And total for fixing and use is equal to 45,000 plus the ones which we got, the 21,400 which we got here, that is 45,000. Total for fixing and use 45,000 plus 21,450, that is 66,450. Add 25% overheads and profits, that is 125 over 100 times 66,450, gives you 83,062 as the total cost of preliminaries as per the given data. So then we have the hoarding. Allow for improving, erecting and maintaining throughout the contract period, and afterwards clearing away the temporary hoarding. So example, build up a cost of hoarding a construction site using the information below. Number 1, length of the site is 48.5 times 34 meters. Length of hoarding is 2 meters high, 2 meters. Cost of hoarding material, it is 175 per meter squared. So labor for erecting per hour. For skilled labor is 50 shillings per hour. and then unskilled is 25 shillings per hour. Labor for taking down will be skilled is 40 shillings per hour, and then unskilled is 20 shillings per hour. So transport from site is 5,000. So perimeter is equal to, so you calculate, first of all you calculate the perimeter so that you can know the total length of the hoarding. So area covered by the hoarding is 165 times 2, that is 330 meters squared. Cost of hoarding material is 330 times the area times 175, that is 57,750. Labor cost for erecting. Assume 2 persons used for erection. So one skilled labor is equal to 1 times 20 times 50, that is 1200. 2 unskilled laborers, it is 2 times 20 times 25, that is also 1220. That is total is 1000 plus 1000, that is 2000 actually. So assume time taken for taking down is 8. So this point is where now you come and take the issue of assumptions. So because we cannot know exactly how many days will that person use to erect or destroy the hoarding, so you take the assumption. So after taking the assumption, you calculate the time taken by both the skilled and the unskilled person. So we have the skilled labor and then unskilled labor. So total for labor, so you add the ones for unskilled and the ones for skilled. Then transport cost, and then you add now the total cost, that is erecting the cost of the materials for hoarding, then destroying or taking down, and then the transportation. Add 25% of overhead and profit, that is the total cost of hoarding. So next, using the data below, cost for a preliminary item security officer to be employed on site. So basic salary per month is 20,000, house allowance per month is 6,000, medical allowance is 4,000, transport allowance 3,500, airtime allowance 50, insurance per month 2,000, contract period 1.5 years, working days in a week. So take your time, kindly take your time and calculate, and then give me your answer. You can just pause the video and take your time and calculate. So solution. So airtime allowance is number of, so you calculate the number of months is here. So it will be 12 plus 6, that is 1.5 years, that is 18 months. 1 month is equal to 4 weeks. So 4 times 6 is equals to 24 working days. So we have 24 working days per month. So total airtime is 2 plus 18 times 50. So that is 21,600. We have house allowance. You add and calculate as per the time. The times the 18 months. Medical allowance multiplied by 18 months. Transport allowance multiplied by 18 months. And then insurance multiplied by 18 months. Then add all the total to get the total cost which the security will take home after 1.5 years. So for our case is 375,750. So access temporary stroke temporary roads. So for this case, access or temporary roads is those feeder roads that are going into the site. Assuming we have your building is located maybe next to a highway or far away from the highway. So that route you are preparing for easy transportation of materials now what we call access or temporary roads. So the cost includes the laying sleepers and hardcore, labor laying and removing transporting debris from the site and making good after removal. And then now we have mechanical plans. So next subtopic is mechanical plans. So let's meet next time.